besties, it's me, Sabrina, for those of you who don't know me yet. Now, this video in particular is going to be me baking, but also I'm kind of redoing my booktube newbie tag video. I'm not really a newbie anymore, or at least I like to think I'm not a newbie anymore. But that first video that I did, listen, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, maybe I still don't know what I'm doing, but I know a little bit more than I did back then. It's terrible. So I just want to redo it. I also need to bake some muffins. So I'm just combining the two of those things and we'll get to know each other. Feel free throughout this video to answer these questions that I'm going to be asking. I'll put them on the screen for you to see, to answer them in the comments, because I want to get to know you too. This is not just about me. It's about our community. It's about our reading and roaming space. Without further ado, what we're going to bake are cranberry orange muffins, because they're my favorite. I've never made them myself, but they're delicious, and I used to get them from Panera Bread, and now they don't make the muffin, they make the loaf, and it's not the same. So let's get baking, let's get answering questions. Hopefully these turn out. I will show you the end product regardless of what they look like, but I'm not promising good results, okay? All right. I've got the recipe right here. We're gonna try to follow it. Who knows if that's gonna happen or not. I've got a little drink. I don't know, cranberry ginger mule? Sounds delish. Okay. We are gonna start by making our crumb topping, and the crumb topping is gonna go in the fridge while we make the muffins. Let me get my bearings really quickly for the crumb topping, and then we will start with the questions. Okay, remember I said I don't know what I'm doing, so it's difficult for me to get both myself and the ingredients in the frame, but here's what we're doing anyway. First, we need to melt our butter. This is, I don't know, the recipe is gonna be there. This is gonna be our melted butter. And the first question is, why did you start this booktube channel? Because I want to talk about books. Truly, though, I want to talk about books, and my friends, my husband specifically, don't want to listen to me yap about books all day. Some of the time they will, but not all day they don't want to listen to it. So I just want to hold you guys hostage instead. Anyway, melted butter. All right, so we're gonna mix our brown sugar, granulated sugar, and melted butter together. Brown sugar, granulated sugar, cinnamon, and melted butter. And I mean, I really love talking to people about books all the time. And so the second question is, what are some fun or unique things that you can bring to booktube, or that you bring to booktube? I mean, first of all, I'm a delight. So I'm bringing myself. No, but I think that, you know, there are, at the time of filming this, there are over 250 subscribers. So I think that my personality, which, like, not to like break my arm patting myself on the back, but I think that I have a great personality. And like, I think that because so many people have told me that. Now, were they trying to say I'm ugly? Maybe, but no, but I think I'm a super fun person, and I am pretty, like, I don't know if high energy is the word, but like, I'm boisterous. When my in-laws met me, they, like, after I like went outside and my husband was saying goodbye to his parents, they were like, she's got personality. And I was like, what is that supposed to mean? Do they like me or not? So that's me, personality. Now, I also travel for work. And so one thing that I think is a little bit different from a lot of YouTubers, a lot of booktubers, is that you will see me traveling, and you will see me like in hotels reading, or like listening to my audiobooks on the road. All right, we got our little pasty part ready. We're gonna add our flour, and I'm not gonna do that. Now we are gonna turn this into a bit of a crumb. And by the time I finish, there's going to be flour everywhere, like there already is. That's okay. So we got to make sure that we don't overmix this and turn it into a paste. But yes, you know, of course, I'm like everybody else. I'm buying books. I'm making a TBR. Like, that's my life. That's what I love to do. But in addition to that, I mean, it's also the traveling. It's also my specific take on books. So I'm here to be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to Give something a 5-star review if I didn't think it was a 5-star review. I'm reviewing books on NetGalley, and I will be honest with them, and I don't really care if it hurts my rating or my chances with a publisher. Like, they need to know if the book sucks. And who would I be to give a disingenuous review of a book? I cuss a little bit. I cuss a lot in real life, but I do tone it down for the YouTubes. So I cuss a little bit. I'm grown. We're grown here. This is not a channel for your kids. I am leftist. I don't know if I'm a Democrat per se, but I definitely value a lot of the things that people assign to the Democratic Party, such as like, everybody matters, such as get out of my uterus, such as there's nothing negative that I could say about the way that someone chooses to live their life. If that means that they are gay or whatever, like, we're here for it. I also don't do body shaming or any of that stuff. So, you know, I'm pretty liberal is what I'm trying to say. If that's not your cup of tea, that's fine. But it's just something you should know about me because it may come up from time to time. And anyway, our crumb coat is ready. Let me put that in the fridge and then we'll get started making the actual muffins. All right, hopefully the volume is still working out. I probably should have a microphone, but I'm not a professional, so I don't have one. So sorry about it. I do have out my decorative measuring cups. I'm not gonna use them though. They're too cute for that. I need a whisk. We are going to whisk our flour, baking soda, baking powder. So the next question is, what are you most excited for about this channel? Honestly, hold on, I need more flour. Apparently the flour didn't get mise en place correctly. It's okay. So for this channel, I am most excited, I'm excited about continuing to grow this community that I am very slowly and intentionally building. So I just love having a conversation with everybody about books, about reading habits, about, you know, whatever else we want to talk about, but mostly about books. And I love getting other people's recommendations, or if I'm not able to think of a book, if I'm doing a reading challenge, the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, and I can't think of a particular book or that fits a theme, I love the fact that there's someone out there who has my back. Someone's gonna be like, oh girl, this is what you need to read. I just love that. Okay, I fixed the flour issue. Now we're gonna add in our salt and our cinnamon and our baking soda and baking powder. And so the next question is, why do I love to read? Oh my gosh. That's a question. Why do I love to read? There's so many things that can happen in a book, and not all of it can happen in real life. So I really love the idea that, you can go to a faraway land, that you can meet new people, you can learn about things. Historical fiction, that's how I learned about history. Of course, then I have to go and try to parse apart what was actual real and what was, part of the book that the author made up. And usually the authors are pretty good in the end portion of the book, in the, what's it called? It's not called postscript, but you know what I mean. Of talking about, what parts they made up or fabricated to fit their story better. So I love learning things from books. I love meeting new people from books. I love getting a new book boyfriend. All of those things, super amazing to me. So we're gonna set this aside. And now I think we have to go over to the stand mixer next. Let me check. Yep, we need to put in our butter, sugar, and brown sugar. So many mixing bowls being used here. Got my paddle attachment. Let's go mix. We did it. We did it, and then I remembered that you have to put the bowl on first. I forget to do this in this direction every single time. Let's try again. And no, I don't have a head tilting KitchenAid. I got the real deal Holyfield. You gotta crank that puppy up on the side. Okay, we're gonna set this on for a couple of minutes to mix and cream all together, and I will be back. Okay, I think that looks good enough. I'm actually gonna move the KitchenAid over to the counter because it's a little bit cramped over here. She didn't think this through when she said she was gonna film it. I can't film over here. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see nothing. So I'm gonna move it over to the counter and then we're gonna continue on, okay? Okay, I'm back. All right, we got a zest and orange in here. So the next question is, what are your hobbies outside of reading? I mean, do you think I have some? The truth is, I have hobbies, but I'm like a one thing at a time kind of person. So like I'm super obsessed with reading at the moment and I have forsaken all the rest of my hobbies. I, at one point in my life, super enjoyed going to concerts. Oh my God, you guys, this smells so good. I love going to concerts. I also like shopping, which is a problem that I'm trying to not have anymore, but it's a thing that I enjoy doing. Whoopsies. Outside of reading and concerts, I don't know. I used to like to travel, but now that I travel so much for work, it kind of takes a little bit of the joy out of it, if I'm being honest. It's like, I still like it, but it's not really like, I wouldn't say it's like a hobby, like something that I want to do all the time. So what book or series got you into reading? So I've always been a reader. And if you ask me this question on any given day, like it depends on what time period of my life we're talking about. So let's add this. This is yogurt that came to room temp. So as a child, my earliest memories are of the Babysitter's Club. I used to get the Babysitter's Club delivered to me in the mail on a monthly basis. It was like the first book box. And so I had an entire collection of the Babysitter's Club. But I kind of stopped reading a little bit when I was in grad school because, well, not a little bit, a lot. Because grad school will suck your soul dry. And I just didn't have it in me to be reading for pleasure because I was reading so much for not pleasure. Also, I super suck at cracking eggs. If anybody's good at that, can you teach me? I don't know, I suck at it. I need to concentrate for it. But after grad school, I wanted to get back into reading and I wasn't really sure, but then I had all these long road trips that I was taking for work. And I was like, well, I need to do something with my time. And it's not like, I had satellite radio in my car, but it's not like you get that when you rent a car for work. So I was trying to figure out like, what was I gonna do with my time? And I came across audiobooks and that became my thing. And to be honest with you, I was kind of hemming and hawing about it, but the thing that got me like super back into it was when I started listening to the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Now listen, I know there's controversy with Sarah J. Maas. At the time, honey, I wasn't doing any research on my authors. And to be honest with you, I still don't research my authors. If I come across something saying that they are problematic, I mean, I'm gonna listen, but I don't research before I purchase and buy a book. It just, maybe I should. Maybe it would make me a better person if I did, but I don't. I'm so sorry. Let's add in the vanilla. Oh, she's opening. Okay, so anyway, yesterday we went to the book fair and, I came across these ladies who have a podcast. Oh my God, my hand smells heavenly. Who have a podcast where they bake and they talk about true crime. These ladies are crazy, let me tell you. They have done things that no one should be doing. And they make their own vanilla. So I bought some vanilla extract from them. And I need to see how much we need to put in here. 2 teaspoons. I bought their vanilla extract from them because I was gonna be baking today. And I thought, they have a baking and true crime podcast. And this is essentially turning into a baking booktube. Should we bake more often on this channel? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Let me turn this on, get this beating, and then we'll answer some more questions. All right, I cut up the orange while that was happening so I could have a little snack. This orange is delicious. It's juicy as hell. So anyway, back to my questions. So what questions would I ask my favorite booktuber? That's an interesting question. Let's put in the milk, flour, and orange juice. I think I would probably ask for editing tips because editing is like the hardest part for me. I just am like, I don't know what I'm doing. You can see that things get crazy with the lighting for me. I think a huge part of my issue is that I don't know how to use my camera. And I don't even know what I don't know how to do with it to be able to answer, to be able to look up what it is I need help with. So there's that. And it's a nice camera. It's the Sony ZV-E10 and it's supposed to be fairly foolproof, but I guess not me. I guess I'm kind of a fool. So let's let that much mix and then we'll come back and we'll add in more of the flour in just a second, because the next question is, what challenges does being a booktuber bring? Is such a good juicy one. One moment. So the challenges I think are, one, I don't want to do like trendy videos. Like I don't want to do what everybody else is doing, but then it looks like so much fun. And then I get imposter syndrome. I'm like, well, it looks like fun, but you can't possibly do it because that's not you. And like, it could never be you. So that's a challenge. And then I also, how do I say this? So I have like the kind of personality where if I find something that I like, I lock in, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future. And for me now, that is books. It's reading books. And so I run into an issue where I feel like I'm racing to the next book, and I feel like I don't know if that's just me as a person because that's who I've always been, or if I'm getting caught up in, oh, you have to do this for booktube. So for me, like that's always a struggle, and I have to like constantly check myself. Whereas without having a channel, I would not have to check myself. I would just know that's just you, girl. It's just you. So, you know, that's a challenge, but that's like, you know, that's like a first world complaint. So don't feel bad for me or anything like that. It's a first world complaint, for real, for real. So where do I read and what kind of books do I like to read? So I'll read anywhere. I currently primarily read on my couch, which is right on the other side of this island over there. I will read in bed. Kindle, hello. I read with my ears in the car all the time or while doing chores. And once upon a time, I was going to the gym and reading my audiobooks at the gym, but I haven't gone in quite a while because I've been sick, chronically ill with the migraine. So I would like to get back into that. To be fair, I was afraid I was going to fall off of any gym equipment because I was dizzy. So now I feel like I still have a migraine, but I feel like I'm a little bit in the clear for that. So I'd love to go back to doing that. Beyond that, I also have a reading corner and like a gigantic swivel chair that's in my bedroom, and it's where I keep my current TBR. You may see in videos I have like a gold shelf hanging on the wall. I love to read there. It's right by the window and it's just like such a cozy space. So those are my favorite places to read, but your girl will read anywhere. I don't like going outside, but I do have like one of those classic like the Target egg chair out on my back patio, and I will sit out there and read if the weather is just so. But it cannot be too cold, too hot, too windy, too insecty. I mean, we don't really get insects inside of our thing, but you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be perfect conditions for me to go outside and read, because I don't like being outside. So the screened-in porch is the best that we've got. Putting in the rest of the flour. She thick, like a muffin's supposed to be. Oh, it smells so good over here. All right, final scrape down, and then it will get one more spin, and then we're good. So what kind of books do I like to read? So I will basically read anything. I will say that my favorite is fantasy romance, which is not quite romantasy. Fantasy romance, and then historical fiction. I made a big push this year in 2025 to read beyond my favorites, and I almost read no fantasy whatsoever, which is crazy talk. Okay, oh, she is thick, honey. Should we taste a little bit of it? Oh, it's good. Feels like I could use more orange. Do I have like an orange extract? Yeah, pineapple. I don't think I have orange. That's okay. Let me finish this last spin around and then we will fold in the cranberries. All right, that looks good. Let's get this off and we're gonna spoon in the cranberries. So what is an interesting fact about myself? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I have any interesting. I should have pre-planned. I knew what these questions were before I started filming, and I don't honestly have an answer for you guys on that. Let me see. An interesting fact about myself. I played pit percussion all throughout high school. So catch me with your xylophone, your marimba. Marimba's probably my favorite, but I also can play a mean set of cymbals. And that sounds crazy, but that actually does take skill. It's not just banging them together. I was also into technical theater, so I am a thespian. And I basically did all of the artsy things you could do in high school. I hate leaving batter on this thing, but I don't know if I can get any more batter off. If you were stranded on a desert island, or not even desert island, if you were stranded on an island, what author would you want to be stranded with? Honey, let me tell you, Kennedy Ryan, because she looks like such a good time. And I feel like she and I, if it weren't like a weird, almost parasocial thing, I feel like she and I would be like such really good friends in real life. And because I think we just kind of have like similar personalities, and we think this, like, we think alike, we have the same sense of humor. And I just love her brain. I think she would keep us entertained on this island by ourselves until we get rescued. Now, here's the thing, Kennedy, if you're listening to this, don't worry about it, because I have no survival skills, so I won't be taking you with me to any island because I'm going there to die. There's no two ways about it. I will die on this island. Unless someone rescues me within the first, I would say, 8 hours, I'm dying there. So let's put our cranberries in. It's not a cup and a half of cranberries. This feels like a lot of cranberries, y'all. I'm gonna stop right there and just see what that does for us, because that feels like so many cranberries, and I don't know if that's necessary. So the next question, who is your favorite author? Listen, there's so many, but Kennedy Ryan is at the top. That's why I'm taking her to the island. So next question, what's your setup? So I told you I use the Sony ZV-E10, and I've got the kit lens on there. Don't ask me. I can put the what's it called? The specs of the lens that came with it, but I don't know anything about cameras. That's the camera that I have. My brother, the professional photographer and videographer, helps me but doesn't help me. He like points me in the right direction and is like, you got this. And I'm like, I don't though, that's why I asked you. So that's my camera. For editing, a long time ago, my husband and I had a channel together, and it was food related. And we got a lifetime subscription to Filmora Wondershare, and I'm gonna be straight up, it's not the best editing software there is, okay? It's not great, but it's not bad. And we have a lifetime subscription, so I'm using it. I mean, we paid for it for perpetuity. There's no reason for me to buy another editing software when this one is working okay. We're gonna find out when I edit this video if it's still working okay. And then in terms of all like the graphics and things you see, I use Canva. I use my phone. I have a Samsung S24 Ultra. So the Samsung camera and editing, impeccable. And I use those two like major things for both Instagram and YouTube. And she's not on TikTok, okay? Because I can't keep up with the TikTok people. I'm too old for that, I guess. I don't know. And is that all my equipment I use? I don't really use a microphone. I probably should, but I don't. I've tested a couple and I just don't love them that much. I do have a gimbal. More often than not, the gimbal is too much work to like set it up and level it and all that. So I just go without it. Yeah, maybe I'll get better with that in the future. Oh, okay. The cranberries are, I guess I'm mixing too much. The cranberries are starting to come apart. So I don't know, maybe we can zoom in on that. There's the mixture. I'm going to work on getting the pan together for this, preheating the oven. And we'll be right back for the last set of questions. Now we gotta spray our muffin tin. I'm making jumbo, I think it's called jumbo. I'm making jumbo muffins because I just think that cranberry orange tastes better like that. Now, don't be grossed out by what's about to happen. I don't like to spray the pan. What I like to do is butter it, and I just stuck a paper towel, a clean paper towel, into my community butter tin. Listen, okay? She's Serve Safe trained, Serve Safe certified at a managerial level. I would never ever do this to any butter that I would let anyone outside of my household utilize. But the fact remains that it's only me and my husband has done much worse to the butter. So I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Anyway, just trust me, okay? You'll never experience this particular butter on your trip over to my house. Anyway, so as I was saying, I think there's 2 questions left. Hold on. Okay, there's one question about Instagram, and that is whether or not I post the same things on Instagram that I do on YouTube. And the answer to that is no, not really. I mean, I do like to post my TBR, but I mean, it's not a video. It's just a photograph post. Maybe I'll do a carousel, and I will mostly do a wrap up, like a monthly wrap up of the things. But again, it's just a carousel. Beyond those two things being the same, no, not really. I like to mix it up. I like to do things that are like a little bit better as just like a one-time post versus like having a long drawn out explanation. The cookie scooper is like really small. I need to get a bigger one of these. I think I'm gonna use the ice cream scooper. The one thing that I have intentionally done and planned to be a crossover was my 5-star rating system. And I did it as a carousel post on Instagram. And then I did a longer video of that, which I will link for you over here on booktube. And I felt like it was sufficient enough for itself on Instagram. But then like, if you wanted to get like a better understanding of what I was saying, or get like a deeper feel for how I rate the books, then that was available on YouTube. Last question. So what is most important to you in a book? Oh my gosh. Most important to me. Okay, this is not exactly answering the question because it's not gonna be most important, but there are a couple of things that I need in a book. So, oh, this is gonna make more than 6 jumbo muffins. It's supposed to make 12 regular muffins, but I mean, this is gonna make a lot. Okay. So in a book, I need for it to be inclusive. And I don't need like the book to be focused on inclusivity, but I need it to be inclusive. So I need it to tackle real world things with real world people involved in order for me to feel like this is amazing. Was I supposed to cut these cranberries in half or something? They're gigantic. What are we doing? I don't know, maybe they'll blister in the oven and it won't be as bad as it's looking right now. I also need for the book to not be disparaging against women. Nothing will make me actually DNF a book like anyone in the book, including the main character herself, being disparaging against women, against women's bodies, against any, like, I'm not doing any of that, okay? So, and like, I think that's good. It's also important to me that a book talk about what it said it's going to. I want it to be about what it says it's about. So I don't like when marketing is wrong. I don't know if I'm the only person who does this, but now, are you a lick the bowl kind of person? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm usually a lick the bowl kind of person. So I think these look good. Let's get them in the oven. All right, I think I've answered all the questions, but let's come back when these are done and we'll go over things. Oh, honey, I forgot to put the crumb topping on. Hold on. How could you guys let me forget? This is a lot of crumb. Well, we're gonna make sure we get it nice and covered. I am making an absolute disaster of a mess on my oven. Into the oven these go again. Alexa, set a timer for 20 minutes. Alexa! Set a timer for 20 minutes. Alexa, did you set a timer?
There are no timers set.
Okay, can you set a timer for 20 minutes? Alexa, please set a timer for 20 minutes from now.
20 minutes, starting now.
She doesn't listen. They're finished. I mean, it looks really good. The crumb topping may have gotten a touch burnt, but that's okay. There was so much of it anyway. I want to take these out of here, but I'm pretty sure it's just gonna make a giant mess. Oh. Oh, look how beautiful that is. Success. The cranberries, they're looking nice in here. Okay, I didn't completely destroy my baked goods, and we got to know each other a little bit better. So Like I said, let me know down in the comments some of your answers to these questions because I would really like to know. I want to get to know you better too. And since you made it this far, I want to say thank you for watching this video, for hanging out with me while I baked some muffins. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already done that. Oh God, that's good. And I will see you guys in the very next video. Oh, this is so good. Oh, it's so good.